Hey my witches, I'm back with the weekly Tarotscope. I've also included a link to my blog below just talking about the astrological energies that are going on this week. We have a full moon on Tuesday. It's going to be in Capricorn. As always, full moons are opposite the sun. So there's kind of a conflict this full moon between we want to kind of rearrange things in our lives, clean house, that may mean literally, or just clean up some of the things in our lives that aren't working for us. But at the same time, we also are very sensitive to the opinions of others, especially people close to us, like our family or close friends. So there may be some conflicts in those areas. And also just in general, people are going to be quite sensitive. And that's, you know, pretty understandable considering all the things that have gone on recently in the world. I think that everybody in some way has been affected by it. Even if you're just, you know, watching the stuff on the news, people continue to be quite sensitive. However, there's other astrological aspects that show there's actually an opportunity in this for us to think about ways that we can restructure and reorganize things in the world to make it a better place. Also, too, there is Mercury and Venus are conjunct, and they form a very positive aspect with Saturn, meaning it's a great time to go out there and organize an event or a social event or an entertainment type event or an artistic event, or get involved in one. So it's saying that, you know, even though there's these problems in the world and you kind of want to get serious and get down to work, you should still go out there and have some fun this week. So if you want more of the details, they are again in the blog below. In the meantime, I'm going to be doing the weekly Tarotscope with the Oracle of the Mermaids, because we're in the sign of Cancer. It's a very mermaidy time of year, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere where it is summer and it's July. So I'm going to shuffle. Oh, one flew out. That's telling me to stop. There we go. All right. Okay. As always, we'll start with Aries and progress through. So for Aries, we have Conchomancy, Seashell Divination, the Wisdom of Shells. So you may want to look into, if you are an Aries, into Conchomancy itself, which is using seashells to foretell things, which is actually a pretty interesting thing. I've heard a few things about it. Some people walk the beach and see what they find. You could also, I think, get Conchomancy cards. But even if you're not into Conchomancy, this is a great week for developing your divination skills. We're in the sign of Cancer. It's a great time to, you know, sort of look at your intuition and look at what divination methods might be best for you. For Taurus, we have Sacrifice. There it is there. So Taurus, this week is asking you, what do you need to give up, especially with Moon being in Capricorn? What isn't working for you anymore? Now, but it also cautions that sometimes we sacrifice ourselves for others or sacrifice ourselves for those who don't deserve it. So where are you playing a martyr in your life, and where do you need to actually sacrifice things? For Gemini, we have the Magic of the Colleen Druith, which is, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, it's a Celtic word, but basically it's about secrecy. It's about looking at things that maybe seem like a really good offer but aren't quite. Like if there's something sort of niggling at you that is not quite what it appears to be, it isn't, because this is all about you know, the myth of some mermaids drowning people and seducing them. So it's saying, are you being seduced by something? For Cancer, we have energy field adjustment. So especially with Sun being in Cancer right now and the Moon in the opposite sign in the full moon, this is a good time for doing some major energy clearing work this week. So really clearing your order and energy, cutting cords, letting go of the things that don't serve you, but really looking at your energetic field and what brings you energy and what brings you down, and getting rid of those things that bring you down. For Leo, we have Honor the Masculine. So honoring the masculine side of the divine. Now, if you don't work with the male divine, you work with more of the feminine, that's fine too. It's just saying to honor that side of yourself, the side of yourself that takes action, the side of yourself that, you know, maybe is more driven to act in the world rather than be receptive, but also to honor, you know, the men in your lives, and to honor, you know, this is sort of a masculine time of year in a lot of ways, because, you know, the sun is at its height, although it is waning, but honoring the masculine part of your life. For Virgo, we have Wave of Power. So Virgo, you're going to feel very energetic during this full moon. So feeling just a sense of energy and that you can do anything. So this is a great week to take on any tasks that you've been avoiding or to take on a new project of some kind. You're just going to feel that surge of energy that's going to give you that extra boost. For Libra, we have a soul cage. Libra, this is going to be a week of breaking free. If anything's really held you back, or if there's been a relationship you've been holding on to that you shouldn't be anymore, I see you escaping from that, from breaking free of maybe a job you don't like. Libra, this is a good time to just really get out of something that's holding you back. Scorpio, time out. A good time for Scorpio just to relax, withdraw, take some time out from things, get away from things, maybe have a little bit of a holiday, but even just step back and not be involved in drama. Just step back, take that time out, take that time to care for yourself. For Sagittarius, we have farewell to the noon. Sagittarius, it's going to be really a week where you're going to enjoy looking up at the moon, enjoying your spirituality, enjoying sort of the nightlife. And even if that nightlife is just sitting outside and looking at the stars, but really just enjoying the lunar side, which also is the side of us that's intuitive, the side of us that is more emotional, the side of us that is sensitive, really appreciating and enjoying that side of ourselves. For Capricorn, we have guide. So again, this is about trusting your intuition, but it may appear in the form of someone who's actually guiding you, a teacher, a mentor. Maybe you go and you see, a reader of some kind, or somebody appears in your life this week that's really going to guide you, even if it's just in a small way. But to look for that, to look for the people in your life that are guiding you. And also, you may be a guide to others this week. You may be the one that's helping others. Aquarius, we have Atlantis. This card promises that this is going to be a week of success, a week of feeling like you're at the top of your game, that you're doing really well, that you're succeeding in things, you're advancing, you're achieving things. You're going to feel like you're making leaps and bounds. It's also a great time to look into past lives as well, and to look into a lot of ancient mythology. And finally, Pisces, last but not least, we have divination, another one. Started with conjumancy, we ended with divination. So Pisces and Aries, very similar here. This one's asking again for you to really look at divination, to develop that intuitive side of yourself. This is kind of a common theme that's coming up in for several of the signs that we're seeing this week, is to really develop that side of ourselves this week. Especially, with Sun being in Cancer, which is sort of the intuitive, dreamy side of ourselves, and then the Moon being Capricorn, which wants to get down to business. It's very much about marrying those two, the practical with the emotional, and divination does that because it takes our intuition and it puts it in sort of a more tangible form. So very much something that's a good idea this week for you, Pisces. Now, overall, we have endurance. So even though it's been, a tough few weeks, it says keep going. So there it is there, endurance for all of us, all signs. We have to just keep going and keeping positive, and to look at these, the stresses that are going on and the changes that are going on as opportunities to make something new and to restructure the way we do things in our lives. So that's what I'm seeing for this week. If you've noticed anything else, you can definitely put in the comments below. If you want to read it for me, you can check out my website and my Etsy shop as well. And I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you.